Evening, dropping the whoops. How are you doing? If I'm talking a little bit quiet, it's because obviously it's stupid o'clock at the moment. And by stupid o'clock I mean it's 11, but people are trying to sleep in there. So don't want to be waking people up. Yeah, let's sort that out. It's nice that you're doing good. Are you feeling any better? I know you were sick recently. So I was on a little later with a friend. Wasn't streaming it because it was sort of in a chilled out sort of gaming session. Yeah, school sucks, but it has to be done at the end of the day. It's definitely a sign that you're getting better if you can get back to school. School's important. I also reviewed the footage from the last time I streamed practice for this, and it looked really weird because it was like my base resolution, which is 2560 by 1080, downscaled into 1280 by 720, which just looked really compressed and like squat. I guess it's not too bad for you guys to watch as a live stream thing, but when it gets turned into a video it doesn't look great. I'm not sure how much my internet is actually capable of. It might be able to do 1080p, but I know I could do 1080p with shadow play, but strangely enough, I'm not sure about with OBS. I might try that out actually, because it's late night and nobody's really watching, it's just you. Might try out 1080p, see if I can get away with it. Stupid o'clock in military time. Yeah, I'm going to try out 1080p. Let's see if I can get away with it. I know my CPU's not the best as well, which is going to be a massive part of it. I'm going to try it out. I might need to stop the stream to try it out though. I think I do. So, if you give me a sec dropping the wubs, I'm just going to be right back. I will be back in a sec. Start streaming. Okay. Let's try that. So let me know if it starts lagging or anything. It might be lagging already because it's saying encoding overloaded. Hope not though. I assume it's lagging. There's some frame drops. Yeah, it says encoding overloaded on my VLMS. I mean, maybe the 720 thing looked really weird on my screen when I was watching it back, because my screen is ultra wide. Maybe on, you know, your average screen, it doesn't look too bad. What, I don't know, what did you think about it dropping the wubs when I had it on the 720p mode? I know it might have looked a bit squashed, basically putting everything that's on my screen into 720p. But what did it look like to you? So I assume you're on a more conventional monitor and not on ultra wide. Or I'm being an assuming little bitch. I'm just going to turn it back to 720, so it's not going to look awful for you. So I'll be back again. Okay. I've changed another setting as well, which is something to do with how it scales. Maybe it looks a bit better. Hi, I'm a very smart person. Welcome to the stream. I am using a steering wheel. I'm using the Logitech G29 with the G. Because I'm not very handy with DIY stuff, I've just, instead of fixing the G29s, I've gone to the G27 pedals, which I've been using for ages. Could really do with some upgrades to my system, but I only bought a new CPU and a new GPU about a year and a half ago. I don't want to buy, really. It does my standard YouTube videos nicely. It's just the whole reason I wanted to basically be able to stream in 1080 is so that I can basically stream live my races. I can live stream my races, and that can turn into a video on demand rather than recording it, rendering it, and then uploading it, because that takes, in total, as you can probably imagine, with some races, I'm sometimes driving 3 hours at a time. Don't think I'm close enough. I've also not closed Facebook, I realise. So if this is making you look at Facebook, I'm really sorry. You're looking for a steering wheel? Not sure what I'd recommend, to be honest. The Logitech are pretty good entry-level wheels, but honestly, if you want a nice experience, I would jump straight to Thrustmaster. I personally haven't used the Thrustmaster. It's just, from what I've heard, they're a decent amount better than the Logitechs, and are probably well worth the money versus a Logitech wheel. As for your loving the underground vids, well, I thank you for your kind words, of course. The underground, yeah, it's, in terms of if there's going to be many more, of course there's going to be many more sort of in the future, but they'll be a little calmer, they'll be a little less frequent, because I sort of like waiting for bigger changes that really catch my attention. It's like I've had it in the past where I've released a video and people are like, oh, did you see this change? And it's like sort of really small, to the point where I wouldn't notice it unless I sort of went to a certain location or I really opened my eyes, sort of thing. Plus I don't really have the time to, like, say if I was sent a new build to check out or a new update came out, I don't have the time to drive around looking for every little change to document, if that makes sense. It's quite late at night, so I'm probably just rambling bullshit at the moment, but just sort of practicing for a race that I've got this weekend, sort of chilling out. around 1,000, I think £1,200 or something I've put in total into this computer. Some of it was wasted money on like older CPUs that I eventually upgraded because it was just too slow. But I've spent quite a bit on my computer. And these days, because of work, I don't use my computer nearly as much as I used to, which just makes me want to upgrade it less, even though in some occasions it really does need it. For example, streaming rFactor2. So it's getting a bit darker, so I think it might rain a little bit. Hi Ian, nice to see you here. How are you, Ian? I'm not sure what's up with the multiple accounts disliking the underground videos. I think they're just probably people that never could get the mod working or something like that. Which I know from experience the underground mod is a really strange mod to install because, you know, as I showed in my tutorial, I successfully installed it and it was all working perfectly fine. And even my friend used my tutorial, like my personal friend, or a friend in real life, and it didn't work for him. So I know exactly what he did, and I know exactly that he didn't do wrong. It just didn't work at all. So the underground mod is just really weird. For some reason it just fails to work for some people. So the people making multiple accounts and disliking those videos, it's probably the people that just never could get it working. Which is a shame because that's not my fault, but you know, bad publicity is good publicity. At the same time, so I don't really mind. Especially as I've got so many awesome people such as the few of you in chat, and as well as some of the people that just like the videos because you're awesome. We sort of win in the end. You say I speak so much fluently than you at stupid o'clock. First you in the daytime. Did you see my latest video? The San Andreas playthrough video. I was all over the place there. First video back properly. If you don't count live streams. It's good to hear that you're good, Ian, by the way. If I sort of reply a little bit slow, it's generally because I'm navigating the course, trying to not crash the car. Around here, around Le Mans, you've got these really long straights where it's just nice and easy to glance over at the chat and read the question or read the comment. I also, for those, I'm just going to mention this, I'm not asking for donations or anything, but I will say I've set up a donation alert for when, well, if that ever happens, for the live streams. Let's be careful on the brakes, Alex. Every time I lock up I damage the tyre, which for the most part sends a horrible shaking through my wheel as part of the force feedback. And for anyone that's wondering, like, that is my steering wheel that I'm holding in my hand as the car reacts to the road. So if anyone's hearing that noise and wondering what it is, it's my steering wheel. And the clicking as well as me changing gear. So I know you can hear that. I've seen the stream archives. Text-to-speech donations. Yeah, I might do that. There is a British streamer who used to stream League of Legends all the time, and League of Legends doesn't interest me at all. I just watched him because I thought it was really funny. And one of the funniest bits about his streams was the text-to-speech donations, and some of the things that the people would say in the chat, or would say in the donation messages. And I just fucking loved it. Like, that was... some of the things were just amazing. There were also some borderline offensive stuff at the same time, but... I do agree with you. I probably should have text-to-speech, but just be careful with it. At the moment, it's just a picture appears and a message. That's really it. I'm driving better than I was the other day when I was doing this the other day, but I'm also driving slower, as you can see on the lap time in the bottom right. I'm going slower than I was a couple of days ago. But I was also really throwing the car around a couple of days ago. I just need to practice on being nice and smooth and calm and getting fast lap times at the same time. And clipping that curb really doesn't help. I need to see my fuel. I need to install... there's a on-screen display which is way better. Gives me way better information than one of these stock ones. Being sleep deprived makes you an MLG racer. Not always. I guess it really shouldn't. I'm not really sleep deprived though, because I've been off work. I've been sort of going to bed later, but also waking up later, and I've been sleeping like 12 hours, 10 hours, all that. So it's been having a lot of sleep. Ugh. Bit of a drift, as I'm not really paying attention to the brakes. It's really warm in my room though, which is just making this so much harder. I have some coffee left. Next straight, I'm getting a drink of coffee. I did actually record 2 videos today, actually, dropping the whoops. One of them you've already seen, because I released it earlier. And there is another one that I plan to release tomorrow. Well, it's not past midnight yet, I can't say technically today, so it is tomorrow. Way too much speed there, probably wrong gear as well. Just got a bad line. I think the front tyres are giving up enough for me to need 4th through there. Okay, 339, that's a bit better. That's finished off that cup. It's gold, you have to wait and see. I'll just be that guy. I'll just tell you it's a mod, that's all I'll tell you. It's a video about a mod. I'm not going to tell you which game, I'm not going to tell you which mod. It's just a video about a mod. I need to stop turning into that curb. I'm mainly turning into that curb because I'm braking too early. So like when I turn in, I'm still behind the curb rather than past it. Oof. The rear tyres won't have liked that. So I'm basically doing 2 endurance races at this track. I'm doing one this weekend, which is a 12-hour race. Of course I'm not doing the full 12 hours, I'm sharing with other people. And a 24-hour race as well, which is for the VEC, which is in the Audi R18, which some of you might have seen me drive. Oh, and I've got a 24-hour race as well at Le Mans of some description after the VEC one. How long am I streaming for? Probably another an hour and a half or something. So I want to get a few full fuel stints in. Basically where I go to the end of the fuel tank and refill and do it again, sort of thing. Probably going to be quite a while before I stop streaming. Because of the complete lack of extra plugins with the new DX11 for this game, I don't know how long a tank of fuel will actually take me. And I don't know how much fuel I'm using per lap. So I don't really know when to pit. I'll just do it at some point. The fuel is basically, you can see on the right hand side in that little box at the top of it, 39 is how many litres I've got left, and 3 is apparently, well, it's supposed to be how many laps you've got left, but it's always wrong. So I can't listen to that really. I need to sort of work it out for myself. Yeah, the heat's assaulting me as well. My computer's obviously running quite toasty, as it normally would when it's doing something like this. The steering wheel that I'm using is heating up, because of course it's... If I had that sort of crash in the real race, how long would that take me to fix? Let's see. I'm about to find that out. Hey Jimmy, how are you doing? How are you doing today? Saw you streaming earlier. I was tuning in and out of it. Now my PC is like probably about, it's a few inches away from my leg. It's on the floor somewhere. It's fine. Or was it? It might have been. I'm used to the lights popping up from GID, which I can't see. Oh, it's not bad. I think I got away with that. Oh well, who's beat me? Oh, nobody's beat me. Oh, there's no P2s in here. It's an interesting BMW. Not used to seeing these. God, everything looks terrible on the cars. I might see if I can get away with like... Is that just a setting for car graphic settings? So if there's just a setting for car graphic settings, I might have... My charge just looked terrible. The DX11's proving pretty hard to run. So I don't mind about like the circuit looking pretty bad. That doesn't bother me at all. It's just looking at other cars. The pixelation on the stripes and logos and stuff. 15 seconds? 22? Unless you mean LMP1 to LMP2. So yeah, they're doing 320 down here versus our 340 in the Audi. Where's everybody at? If you mean in the server, it's predominantly a European league. Most of the drivers are from Europe, so you won't see many people on at this time. If you're still here, Jimmy, what did you think of the new P1s in Assetto Corsa? I drove the Audi a bit earlier and it felt really nice to drive. It was a bit weird with the on-screen wheel. With the RPMs, they didn't seem to match the end of the gear at all. But it was also like revving to 6k, which I'm not sure if that's right or not. How's my day been? Lazy, really. I woke up around 1 PM or something. It's already pretty lazy in itself. Recorded a few videos. Played some GTA Online. That's about it, really. Pretty lazy. Oh, and I got really fat on pizza as well. Yeah, not too bad. How was your day? Dropping the whoops. Oh, you went to school with... Yeah, that's right. Probably bad then. Hodge, please. It's nice to see you, Hodge, but please. Which, to be fair, the daylight hours that I have seen, it looked pretty miserable. It's just really warm. How's practice going? Not too bad. Today I'm a bit slower than I was the other day, but I'm also driving a lot calmer. Being a lot more consistent, so I'll take it really. Just slowly getting to that point where I can drive smooth and consistent and still be putting in good times. Yeah, overall it's going pretty well. Thank you. Car's feeling really, really nice. It's such a nice setup under this car. Yeah, it's true, dropping the whoops. How many of us are in the car? Good question. Kieran and Ali, definitely. Then myself. And that's for both cars, so I can't really... Because I've not really been following VLMS, I don't know who drives normally in Kieran's car. I'll say Kieran's car for the sake of easier-ness or something. That was a bad first sector. Just tried what Kieran normally does. He normally goes to second before he gets that second apex. But I've just tried that and that didn't feel good to me at all. Or maybe I just braked a bit too late. Yeah, that's cool, Ian. I haven't really been I've been streaming quite regularly recently, but overall I don't really stream that often. More enjoyable recently. It's a nice chance to, even when I'm doing this, like practicing for a serious event, I'm just sort of chilled out talking to you guys. So I guess that really helps. It's really enjoyable. I want to say Tom Lagarde is in this car as well, but he could be in the other one. There's two cars. I'm not really too sure. I didn't really want to drift that car corner, but it sort of messed up the brakes. That's better. Maybe it's just worth going down to 4th there all the time anyway. Because holding it in 5th, you know, I've got plenty of gear to use 4th there. My streams are the only streams that don't bore you to death, really? I'm just someone that's driving a virtual race car practically on my own on the track, talking nonsense. Interesting nonsense. Oh, thank you, man. That's really kind. Okay, man. Oh, that was a cut. God damn. Nice, I just never did it. I did Daytona in a while. There was a point where I really wanted to start speed running it, and I did like one full run of it. It was about an hour off world record and just never did it. But I thought about speed running beforehand, which I just don't have the patience for it. I love watching speedruns, but actually doing, really don't have the patience for it. back, dropping the whoops. I think from now on I'm just going to call it whoops. Just to make it a bit easier. Yeah, you would think you would think I would have done that a long time ago, just to save some time. But yeah. Ah, that curb. Need to stop getting on it. Yeah, the rear is really quite lively under braking. It's not bad though, it's pretty easily controlled. You just gotta be really gentle. It's like... It's like a proper liveliness. So if you brake with the Audi, which obviously you've driven more of it than I have, so you might agree. When you brake with the Audi, it's like... It's lively for all the wrong reasons, and like it's not lively, it just makes no sense, it just snaps. Whereas this, it's consistently lively, rather than you brake for one corner and it's totally fine, you brake for another and you just die, which I sometimes feel in the Audi. Whereas with this, it's more, it happens all the time rather than sometimes. So it's just something you can really get used to. Hopefully it cools down soon. If you mean the heat in real life, then yeah, hopefully. Stupidly warm in my room at the moment. With 38.6, that's not bad. I think that's a pretty decent time actually. I'll take it. It's all about just getting more consistent. Warning there. I need to get wedge hood so I can see everything without having to flick through that to see just anything. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty healthy. Dropping the whoops, that's whoops. That is something that I have definitely done in the past. Especially when it's hot like this, you just like, you need some water, then you just can't stop drinking it. Wow, wow, whoopsie. I'll see if I actually remember that. No. I think I'm using about 6 litres a lap or something. So I'll just say it's 6. I think it's something like that. It's probably 6 point something. Turned in way too early for that one. Bubsy, Widget, Walden, and some bliss. Can't say I recognise that show, to be honest, from that description. Looks like I might have to follow this guy through Indianapolis. Nowhere near close enough to make a move. I have the punch that the Audi does to get past people in acceleration zones. He was doing alright, bless it, but otherwise it was just pretty difficult to pass there. Mess that up a little bit. Not too much this weekend. This race on Saturday. 12 hours of this track. Not, of course, not doing the 12 hours by myself. Tomorrow I think I'm going out in the evening for drinks and stuff, and Sunday's probably just going to be a chill day. So yeah, not too busy despite this race. What about you? Anything exciting going on this weekend for you guys? Nice, whoops. Hope that disappointment is just routine. Nothing too serious, I hope. And in terms of getting your setup in order, I take it that's like tidying it up and stuff. Oh yeah, Hodge, you've got the new stuff. But that cooler will be a bitch to mount. If it's anything like the air cooler that I got not long back, never again will I take that cooler off, as much as I'll need to. Pretty sure the spread of thermal compound that I've got on my CPU is not great, because I took a few stabs at... Yeah, I'm not sure about streaming the race live. Maybe. I'm not too sure. I don't know how well my computer will handle like a full grid of cars going around here and streaming at the same time. I might have to use Shadow Play for it because I know that will work. Yeah, it does work. The temperatures are okay as well. Temperatures are like getting 50s when it's rendering, so that's not too bad. It's like a 20 odd degree improvement over the old cooler that was on it, which was just the stock one. So yeah, it's working really nicely. It's like the cables and stuff in my computer are just horrible, but as you say, as long as it works. Ah, nice, dropping lobs. Get some new stuff. It's always exciting when you get new stuff until you read your bank statement. I wish rF2's fuel lap counter thing was more accurate. sort of blind when to pit. So the lack of plugins. Oops, that's not good. I have a feeling I've got more tyre wear than desirable as well. Yeah, it should be fine if you're just swapping a... Actually, no, you're moving your entire setup, aren't you? Yeah, that could take a while. I think I'll pit at the end of next lap. I think that's probably the right thing. Looking at the fuel kicks one's probably the right one. I can't wait for you to make videos as well. We'll have to check them out when you get that up and running. Nice one. I think the end of this lap should be the right one. I don't think I ever saw Kieran or someone say how long a stint actually is, but all I'm working with is the rFactor fuel counter, which is just inaccurate as fuck with the lap counter. So I sort of need to look at the amount of litres left and just guess. I think the end of this one. That's not good. That is not how you look after your tyres. And that is not how you take that corner either. It's been a really bad last lap. Oh, come on. It's been a horrible lap. GTA 3 Riot mode. Don't think I've tried that. I think I might need to check that out. Does the practice last long? Well, it's up to you, really. It's up to however long you want to practice for. Obviously, the more you do, the better chance you'll stand for the race. But in terms of endurance racing practice like this, you really want to test multiple variables, like what the car does as it burns fuel, what it does when the tyres wear, and all that stuff. So for the most part, endurance racing practice can take, you could be doing a few hours a day. Depending on how committed you are. But as you can see, I'm not changing tyres, so I need to do like the next fuel stint to test how the tyres will actually feel with a full tank of fuel, and as they're already worn out. Stuff like this you got to test for, so when you do it in the actual race, it doesn't take you by surprise. Now I bet the car will be a little bit interesting to drive now. Full tank of fuel, worn out tyres. Stuff like this you got to test for. The Audi that I drive in VEC, when you fill that up with worn out tyres. I already tell that. Dodging rocket launchers when you spawn. Jeez. And I thought the gang members in Frosted Winter were bad when you drove through St. Mark's. When they hated you with the shotguns. Dodging rocket launchers as you spawn though. No thanks. Oh, I've got no brakes. They weren't up to temperature. So basically, when you're going into a second fuel run with worn out tyres that are sort of different, and then the car just feels generally the same again. But a bit slower, of course, because the tyres have not gotten as much grip as they used to. And the car's heavier again. So for the most part, you don't generally have to do a full second fuel stint. It's just better to do so in practice. It's just as long as you get past the first few laps, 1 or 2 laps around this track, then you'll know exactly how it's going to feel. It's like here, for example, if you saw, as you saw, the rear end really wanted to spin. Like the car just basically did a slide through that corner. That's because the car is heavy with fuel, with a fuel tank at the rear, and the tyres are worn out, so it feels just really unbalanced. Yeah, 16 years. It's almost as old as me. Almost. Not quite. I remember playing GTA 3 as it first came out, or somewhere around the time it came out. Ooh. Yeah, same whoops. I had the same thing, pretty much. Oh, that's not gonna... So as you can see, the rear end is just really playful. So it's heavy with fuel with worn out tyres. And I wasn't exactly driving very good through there, but... It's just these sort of things you got to prepare for an endurance race. But then you think about the age of GTA 3 and you sort of throw into the mix mods like Frost and Winter that just make it still so playable, even in 2017. It's so weird to think that a game with Frost and Winter, the game itself is 16 years old, but Frost and Winter just basically transformed it to... The gameplay value was just as high as a new game, really. I think I'm way better at GTA these days than I used to be. But I'm also still pretty crap, so... Let's make sure my headlights are on before I get to this guy. Not that it would make much of a difference because it's daylight, of course, but... I just find it's better to have your headlights on as you're passing these guys. I think he's letting me through. Yeah, he is. Cool. I think he just came out the pits, so he's just letting me through there. It'd be amazing to see, like, sort of official content like the old Liberty City and Vice City and all that, but on like GTA 5's engine, or maybe even GTA 6. I would play the crap out of that. I prefer it official content because I know there's been some mods out there that's been sort of porting Vice City into GTA 5, but I prefer it official, you know, proper working everything. Straight out of Rockstar's factory, Rockstar's headquarters, whatever. That would be amazing. I love that section of track. It's just like a roller coaster. The speed just stays so high in these cars. Do you know what, Wubs? That is not a bad call. I would not be surprised. That is actually a very valid point. What if they like just kept it basically looking the same as the GTA 3 version, so like the low polygon model and crappy textures and all that just slapped into GTA 5. That would be crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I've only got like business things. I want Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories on the PlayStation Store actually, because I've got a PS4. I wouldn't mind playing those games again because I just don't have a, you know, PSP or a PS2 to play them. So I wouldn't mind the Stories games being on PS Store. Yeah. $425,000 is genuinely pocket change. If you're lucky, it'll buy you bus fare to the other side of the map. Braked way too early there. To be honest, it's been the most chilled out I've been in a while, driving, basically practicing for an event. It's been the most chilled out I've been in a while. I'm really enjoying streaming practice because it's really nice. Yeah, that's right, you damaged that front tyre. One high-end car and you'll be back on the streets. Well, no, in real life terms you'd be able to sleep in that car, but you are right. GTA 7. Yeah, I think GTA 6 is looking at a 2019 release or something like that. Something stupid. Yeah, 2019 or 2020 I've heard. They're going to be looking at releasing it. Which, to be honest, recently I'm enjoying GTA Online enough to be okay with that, but there's just so many things in GTA 5 and GTA Online that are just bug the crap out of me, which I hope GTA 6 will do a really good job of fixing and overcoming. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'd be interested to try out Red Dead. To be honest, I've never played a Red Dead game. I'm sorry, but I just never have. Always interested in them, I just never had the console to do it. So I was either outdated with my console, or I just didn't have one at all. so I am guilty of never playing Red Dead, despite me being super interested in it. That was awful through there. But if it releases on PS4, I can get it, and if it releases on PC, then I can also still get it. But if it releases on both, PC it is. Yeah, I've done the heist so many times, it's just a bit boring these days. I'd love to do them. See, I wouldn't mind doing them if it was like, we were just sort of chilling, sort of thing. Sort of talking while doing it, 'cause then the boringness of the heist, I would not even pay attention to it. It wouldn't seem boring to me. But you can't do heists unless you have 3 other people ready to go, because then you just sat searching for people. Which is annoying, because it was double money in RP last week, and I looked at doing some, and it's just getting the people. It's so hard just to get a lobby going, never mind a lobby of decent people who can actually play the game. That was me changing cars, by the way, if you're wondering what that was. Basically changing the viewing. Yeah, I just want the stories games for PS4, so I know they're never going to do it for PC. Just want the stories games for PS4, because I've got all the classic GTAs for PC, so I don't really mind that. These tyres are getting really slidey now that they're really worn out. Wait, what's coming for PS4 and Xbox One? Is that about Red Dead, or is that about the GTA stories games? Because I know the stories games will never come to PC. That's a certainty. They're too old. The Rockstar would never do that. But they could release it on the PS4. Yeah, I know the GTA Trilogy is out for PS4, so I saw it appear in the sales bit of the PlayStation Plus membership. I can get the 3 GTA games, the GTA 3 Vice City and San Andreas, for £15, which I was sort of tempted to do it when I saw it, but I was just like, I've got them for PC, I really do not need PS4 copies as well. Yeah, I remember them coming out on PS3, the stories games. I didn't have a PS3 personally. These tyres are so wobbly. They hate me now. The fronts don't want to turn and the rears just want to kill me. Dead 2, yeah. As I say, I'm fortunate enough to have both. It comes out on, I'll be set to be able to get that. I wonder if any of the classic Red Deads are on the PlayStation Store for PlayStation 4. Do you know the answer to that, Ian? Is any of the older Red Deads available for PS4? No, there won't be a stream tomorrow. Whoops, I can tell you that. Actually, there might be in the daytime, but I guess you'll be at school. But not an evening stream. There'll be a video, but as for stream, not really. There'll be a stream Saturday. I'll attempt to stream my time in the race. Some kind of Wilson. You'll be satisfied, I'm sure. That's gonna be a cut track, I think. Oh, not. Bad lines plus too much speed. I'll take the no homo one. Thank you. That was terrible. Yeah, thanks, Ian. I wouldn't normally drive in this league, but I'm sort of standing in for somebody. Which obviously I did it by choice, wasn't forced to or anything. Yeah, it should be an enjoyable one. As I've said previously, I'm really enjoying this car. Really enjoying this car around it. It feels so nice. As I say, I'll try and stream it. There's a messy corner back there. Try and see if I can turn up the car details as well. So I don't imagine that's demanding at all. Having the textures a bit better on the cars. So it's not all blurry when I look at them. So I don't mind the blurriness on the track so much, but the car definitely. There's probably something stupid like a just a texture detail setting or something, where it turns all textures up. Oh, the practice session ran out of time. Alright, couldn't finish that fuel stint, which is okay. Whew, that was tiring. It's just so hot in here. Oh, nice, Ian. That sounds great. And just click that. I think that'll be it for practice, I think. Why does OBS say that I've only been going for 27 minutes? It's clearly wrong. Has the stream been cutting out at all? I understand it's gone black, by the way. Don't worry. 7 people watching at the moment. That's cool. I don't know if that's outdated, but if it's not, welcome. Thanks for watching. What am I doing? rFactor. Please tell me there's just a vehicle texture quality slider rather than a overall texture, just so I can have the cars looking good at least. Because everything else I will happily have down. just to see the cars looking good. Because even on the outside of the wheel arches, I guess it's inside, but whatever. Let's see. Is it player detail? Or would it be texture detail? Let's try putting that on full and then just loading the track. You looked up Gay for Wilson and C2 with your video. Some site called Playtunes. Fuck me. That hashtag has appeared in so many of my videos in the comment section, so I'm not surprised something came up. Yeah, that would be more fun, Ian. That's a great idea. So I have a feeling at some point I will be playing through on YouTube all of the GTAs. But obviously I've started with San Andreas, which is far from in order. Whether it be through setting or release date. That's all that came up. Okay, it's weird. I don't advise you to go on to the site and see what it's about, just in case it's a dodgy site. Do it on live stream. No, I'll just do it as series. I have an idea what I want to do on live stream though. Okay, that didn't help. Still everything's blurry. It's not Control M, it's Control F. 159 FPS, are you kidding? I am in the garage and not looking forward. There we go. 70s, 80s stuff. To do with that, like the AK-47 and all that, and when I do paramedic I get so much more health. When I do vigilante I get a lot of armor. So I know that'll make the playthrough extremely easy, but it's also fairly interesting to see if I can get 100% So hopefully I'll be able to do that. I know OBS wasn't playing nice at one point with San Andreas, but it was also not playing nice with Assetto Corsa the other day, and I fixed that, so maybe it's the same fix that I can do for San Andreas. Okay, is that better? Yeah, much better. Look at that. That is beautiful. Okay, let's just check my FPS. I'll just drive around for a bit. I'll do like one lap. I know this is on my own, so this isn't exactly good, but what I would see in a race. In terms of FPS. Okay, Ian. Good night, man. Thanks for coming along and watching. Have a nice night, mate. So as you can see in the top right, that's my FPS. Not too bad, but again, I'm on my own in offline mode, so it's not going to be bad. 8 gig of my RAM is being used. Holy crap. But you can see I've turned a couple of the texture settings up to max, and you can see how much better the game actually looks. If I can run this in a race environment, I'll be extremely happy, because this looks great in DX11. Bad thing about the doctor appointments, you've got to skip English. Favourite class. I used English is like where you live, but it was a load of shit, really, where I live, that class. Evening, Ryan. Nice to see you. How are you? That is true, John. Whoops. That is so true. Yeah, I'm good. Overheating a little bit because it's incredibly warm for some reason, but not bad. I'm sweating so much from driving. Been at this for about an hour and a half or something. Yeah, it's because I'm in DX11 mode, Ryan, and that stuff doesn't work with DX11, like track map and VHUD. Yeah, I'm liking the look of those FPS numbers, but it's on my own, so it doesn't really count. It's on my own and it's in offline mode. So it doesn't really count for a lot. Yeah, it's fairly positive in terms of how it looks and stuff. I'd say it's a bit harder to run than DX9, especially when you start going on servers with extra cars. But yeah, in terms of how it looks brilliant. I don't know if you've seen that promo for VEC 24 Hours by Marius Nikolai, but there is a part where it's basically nighttime and they're going through Porsche curves and the car's like coming towards the camera. That looked just amazing. It was so close to real life the way it looked. I know me saying something like that is a bit cheesy, really, but honestly, it just looked fucking amazing. Let me move the cursor. It'll look a bit better now that you can't see a cursor. Although it probably still looks like shit for you. Yes, the only way of getting is through joining the league, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately for you, but yeah, it is the only way you can get it. I mean, I think personally this track just really visually doesn't look nice. Like with the trees and stuff, it just doesn't look right at all. But if you ignore everything else, like the lighting improvements and what I would say a colour improvement as well on the cars and stuff like that, it looks great. It looks so great. Yeah, I can't wait for the VEC24 either, apart from I'm really not enjoying the Audi around this circuit. Really doesn't feel right. Like this car, for example, the LMP2, just feels amazing. I love driving it around here, but the Audi just really doesn't feel right to me at the moment. Not enjoying it. I mean, I'm sure if you think about it, at the other tracks we've been running some insane downforce amounts on the, so I'm sure with more laps I'll get used to it. And yeah. At the moment, I'm not really enjoying that Audi around here. What about the Innie? Please. Yeah, it probably is just a big difference. Because we've gone from running like 5 on the front and like anywhere between 12 and 18 at the rear, to running like 2-1, I think we're running, or something. 2 something. Just incredibly low downforce versus what we normally run, so it just feels a bit weird at the moment. That doesn't help. I think this is where I spin out, isn't it? I only did one lap. Yeah. The track that does look horrible. It's the green of the trees. Even in DX9 mode, it just really doesn't look good. And then you throw in DX11 with its oversaturated blue, and you just get something that just really doesn't look right. It's like, just look at these trees. I mean, they're just incredibly bright when the ground underneath them's actually loading in. They're just stupidly bright. Like even in DX9 mode, and then you throw in the extra bloom of DX11. I think it's over. As you say, it's overdone. It's like anything that's outside the road just looks horrible. Trees, probably, to be honest. In this case, you would be correct, I think. Oh, what am I doing? Not that that's a good screenshot, but whatever. You can see behind the car. Well, in particular, look at the... Is my cursor going to appear? No. Okay. But the grass here, basically on this side of the car, you can see how green it is. It's just stupidly green. Yeah, and anti-aliasing. If you just look at the fences on the outside, they really just don't look great. You look at the car itself as well. In some places, it just doesn't look all that good. I don't think I'm not sure my AA is running out at the moment. Let me have a look. Have a look. Yeah, level 1. I'm pretty sure I turned that up to level 5 at one point, but it's not listened to me. And the game's crashed because rFactor2 is a bag of shit. Yeah, I jumped into it because basically Kieran asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was just like, yeah, why not? I think someone's having issues with doing it themselves. Why is it 60 hertz, not 75? Can we not? Oh, it crashed, didn't it? So it's probably turned my texture settings back down. So I don't think I closed the game properly in between it crashing and me changing the textures. So now it's probably gone back to low. Damn. Let's see. Oh no, never mind. That's saved. It's a shame those top brake lights don't work on the I'm not sure which version Race Department's using, to be honest. I hope it's not the 91, 96 one. I'm sick of that track, honestly. It's not modern, and last time I tried it, it was giving me GPU driver crashes. It's like, I really don't want that again. Oh, thank you. The crash I had at Silverstone was just fucking bullshit, really. Spent 55 minutes reeling in a 1 minute 20 gap for the game to just go nope and crash. It's like, great. Thanks. More than likely it'll be 91, 96 because there's no real public release of a modern layout. So it'll more than likely be 91 and 96. I've been practicing for like 2 hours, that's why I'm not driving a lot. Sort of a bit tired now. It's worn me out. Especially that second stint. On the tyres. This car's a nightmare at that. Oh well. Let's see. Is that like a updated livery, or is it updated the actual car? Yeah, I want to stream from now on just basically anything that I drive, just so because it's a lot easier for like um it's a lot easier for like video on demand, because in the past I would record it, render it, and then upload it, which depending on how long the race was and how long the stints were, could take me quite literally a full day just to get something onto YouTube. Which I would much prefer just to be able to stream it so people can watch as it's happening, and then if they want to watch it back, the video on demand, basically YouTube just takes care of the rest. But in terms of my OBS setup, I'm just not confident enough that that's going to actually hold up during the race. I think my internet will be able to do it, but my computer is another thing. It's another story. So as you can see, I'm sort of parked on my own, and according to rFactor2, I'm using basically most of my CPU. Obviously, I'm streaming at the same time, but this is just staring at a car parked in the middle of a chicane. It's not even a full grid or anything. It's on my own. That CPU usage thing is, but you know, it's really difficult to run. See you, Wubs. Thanks for watching, mate. You've been around since the start of the stream. Have a good night, man. Bigger mirrors. See, I think the next thing for me in terms of PC and stuff like that is I'm not going to be upgrading this particular PC at all. It's finished for me. So if I do get anything in the future, it's going to be an entirely new platform with an i7. So probably like KB Lake or something, because I'm on the Haswell platform and I've gone from an i3 to an i5. There's no way I'm going from an i5 to an i7 on the same Haswell platform, because that's just bleeding money. I've already bled money to get an i7 on the same platform. So if anything, it's going to be a new platform whenever I really want to do that. Just noticed Studio 397's released their new roadmap for May. Daryl, if you're still here, could you answer me a question? Basically, in Silverstone, you guys, I don't know if you actually ran out of fuel, but that's what it looked like. How did you actually recover? Because normally, if you run out of fuel, you're done for, basically. Because then, even if you rejoin the game, it would just that come about. How was that? How did that work, basically? see what else I can do here. I think I'll just keep it at that and just see how that runs on the server when it's nice and full. But I think for anyone that's still here, I'm going to wrap up the stream because it's getting really quite late and I'm done with practice for now. I've done enough, I think, for tonight. So to anyone that's still here, thank you for coming out, and thank you for watching, for making the stream really enjoyable. I'm probably doing this more in the future. Basically, if I'm practicing on my own, I'll probably just stream it because it's made it so much better of an experience to be streaming it rather than just sat there on my own turning laps. So thank you for that, and yeah, whichever comes first. So see you guys.